Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. The Chicago Bears earned a thrilling victory 25-24 over the Washington Commanders on Monday night, improving their record to 3-2 on the season. Jake Moody was the hero of drilling a 38-yard field goal as time expired after Washington's turnover that gave the Chicago the final chance on a fumble by Jaden Daniels. He fumbled the ball, and DeAndre Swift had his best game as a Bear, 108 yards rushing and 55 yards catching. A touchdown pass swung the momentum in the fourth quarter. Jaden Daniels played well for the Washington Commanders with 3 touchdown passes, but his fumble in the final minutes proved costly. The Bears' defense forced the turnovers, had a strong defense when it matters. Despite the win, Chicago faces a concern with wide receiver DJ Moore, who was hospitalized after taking a hard hit earlier in the game. The Bears showed resilience once again, winning their second close game and third consecutive game overall for the first time since 2019. In summary, obviously the game deciding play, for my opinion, was the Jaden Daniels fumble, which put the game in the bout with 2:55 over the 50-yard line and drove down for the winning field by Jake Moody, as we just said. Next, we do the Falcons and Bills game. Key highlights: Brian Robinson explodes for 170 yards rushing, 19 carries, including a 81-yard touchdown, the longest in the NFL. Penix and London connection. Falcons quarterback threw 250 yards as a touchdown with Drake London building a 10 passes. Michael Penix threw for 250 yards and a touchdown with Drake London hauling in 10 passes for 158 yards. Buffalo's offense fight. Josh Allen finished with 180 yards passing, but also threw 3 interceptions. A missed chance by special teams of Buffalo swung a 37-yard field goal that was blocked. The Falcons couldn't capitalize. Later, Atlanta would answer with a 33-yard field goal that would extend their lead. With about 41 seconds to go, D'Angelo Mullen intercepted a pass from Josh Allen. The Bills have lost 2 in a row. The Falcons are 3-2, picking up signature wins. Buffalo Bills, Bills and Commanders are 4-2, off of coming off, now facing more questions on their offense. The Bills outgained the Falcons 443 to 291. Injuries, roster depletion hurt Buffalo Bills. Wide receiver Josh Palmer and Terry Ben exited, among others. On SportsCenter last night, Herm Edwards said, "Nothing to fear about Bills except their running back, James Cook." That was on SportsCenter last night. The Buffalo injuries are according to ESPN.com. The Titans once again fired Brian Callahan yesterday. The top story seems to be on 8 Sports Radio 810 today. I heard after James Franklin getting fired, the big subject is who is going to replace him at Penn State. Some of the names are Matt Rule, who has NFL experience, head coaching job. I feel like he would be one of my top candidates, and maybe one of my top candidates, even if I don't think he is. Penn State would want them to be better than maybe many people have thought, which I fear would be an unfair thought to Matt Rule and was an unfair thought to maybe James Franklin, who led the Penn State to the playoffs last year. Has not been good, but still a surprising fire. Kurt Suggetti is also an Indiana coach who has his team in the top 10. For me, Indiana is still a better job. It seems likely he will still end up at Indiana. Other coaches' jobs, Manny Diaz Would he be a guy? Duke has been overrated the last couple seasons. Matt Campbell, Iowa State, overhyped coach. Alex Golish, South Florida, seems to me he would be a candidate that is underrated. Regardless of what I think, Matt Rule seems to be the most successful guy, other than maybe Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri. Obviously, you know my opinion, but I don't think he would take the Penn State job. It doesn't seem like a better job than Missouri is. Obviously, Auburn and Alabama are the only schools that I see calling where he would leave. Also, Eli Drinkwitz has ties to Auburn, who was the big school I've not listed. None of these jobs seem like they'll be available this year. Jim Knowles will be Penn State's defensive coordinator. Does not seem likely. Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame. I don't see why you would leave Notre Dame for Penn State. That questions my thoughts. But that is according to ChatGPT. Also according to ChatGPT is Trey Smith, interim head coach, but I don't think he has the potential to be a head coach at Penn State. I have already mentioned him. Those are the men among the top candidates. There's other candidates listed on this ChatGPT list. All of the coaches I mentioned were among the ChatGPT list. I took my own head coaching and put them into who they might hire and who I think they should hire. I think they will probably end up hiring Matt Rule from Nebraska.
Matt Rule is winning at a place right now that no one's been able to win in about a decade. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have been able to, but for this reason or that reason or whatever you want to attribute it to, something in the air that just makes them lose one possession games, Matt Rule has turned Nebraska into a winning program. His track record in college football, pretty undeniable. He has been a CEO-style head coach that does not lack any sort of experience in that realm. And he's been a darn good one. Temple, Baylor, I don't care what happened with the Panthers. I never thought that was going to work. And he is succeeding at Nebraska. And for whatever it is worth, if he were Penn State's head coach starting in 2026, he would at least try to bring Dylan Raiola with him. Look, Nebraska fans, I am not, it brings me no joy to say this.
Baseball update, the Mariners lead the Blue Jays 2-0. But the crop of the AL seems the Jays, but the Mariners still lead the series 2-0, obviously. And with the Mariners up 2-0, you always have to lean towards that side. And the Dodgers seem like the most talented team in the NL, but the Brewers were the best team in the majors this year. So we'll see who wins that series. The Dodgers lead the series, however, 1-0. Tonight, the Dodgers will have Yoshi Imaba, Yamato, and Freddie Peralta will go for the Brewers. Game time 7:08. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports.